I have to talk to you about this book. I am almost speechless ever after having read it. The Bright Side of a Broken Heart. It's by Michelle de Avella, and you can find her on Instagram. I follow her at Pushing Beauty. And the book is called The Bright Side of a Broken Heart, and I love the back. There's always a bright side. So it is one. I've read a lot of books on heartbreak and broken hearts, and this is a memoir, and it's really something else. I'm not sure if I have quite the words for it. It's written somewhat like a memoir. It's part memoir, it's part poetry, it's part feels like a lyrics to a song, it's part biography, part history, part art, part music. It just evokes very strong feelings within you. And it's basically a path where she takes you from a pretty bad breakup that she had in her life. The story goes like this. She says, "We were in love, we were best friends, we were planning a life together, we were happy, or so it seemed. Apparently, warning signals weren't his style. There was no smoke before he told me he felt like he was disappearing, and then he disappeared." So that's the starting point. That's where she started. And as she goes through her healing journey in this book, she talks about all of the different bright sides of this experience, this very difficult, challenging experience that she was going through. So, what are some of the bright sides of a broken heart? Here is on page 77. So, I need to be okay that I'm weak. I need to accept that until now, this kind of vulnerability has been imperceivable to me. Something within me knows that this weakness I will find true strength. So, one of the bright things is finding out that it's okay to be weak and that it's okay to be vulnerable. One of the other bright sides of a broken heart, I'm seeing that all of this pain that's coming up through this breakup are my wounds. I can't blame him for my pain. He has every right to choose what he wants for his life, and he has every right to stop choosing me, but I don't get to stop choosing myself. So she doesn't get to stop choosing herself. She has to continuously choose herself. That's realization is one of the bright sides of a broken heart. Um, it's also taught me that I can face anything, I can handle anything. Now I know that my strength was hidden by fear and that fear is nothing to be afraid of. Deciding to heal, to face my pain and see the truth is the best choice I've ever made. So another bright side is courage. It's also facing her pain. It's also facing her fears. More bright sides of the broken heart. That was page 128. Page 129. In showing up to do this work, I have reclaimed parts of myself that were lost long ago and released parts that were no longer serving me. On the other side of this broken heart, I am strong and powerful. I am forever changed and more myself than I've ever been. And that is worth everything. So she's more of herself than she's ever been. And that is a bright side of a broken heart. Page 135. I don't need to be in love to feel love. I don't need to have a sit down with my ex to be healed. Everything I need is within me, and from there I know I can create all that I want. That is a pretty bright side of a broken heart. Everything I need is within me. And page 136, which I believe is it's not, it's towards the end of the book. So 136, I know who I am. I know what is meant for me. I am more interested in being authentic than in being perfect. More interested in healing than in hiding. More interested in knowing what is right for me than in filling a void with not quite right love. This beautiful life emerged from the heart splattered devastation of my bathroom floor. And I would go through all of that pain experience a million times over to become who I am now. So, another bright side of a broken heart to become more of who she is now. This is a picture of Michelle at the end of the book, and I really feel like I know her, that I've read this book. And although it's a short read, it feels like quite a journey, and the journey that she went through, that she takes you through. And it's just a very emotional, touching, powerful journey. I couldn't tell if I read this book in an hour or it felt like a month. It just sort of time stood still as I was reading this book. And I'm just looking for the words to fully explain to you. I think it was just so deep and touching, and but at the same time so to the point. And she said so much with almost limited words. That's how I feel about this book. So it's really, if you're going through a broken heart, if you're going through a heartbreak, every single thing in this book will resonate with you. You will get what the healing process was. You will come to see what all of the different sides of a broken heart are. um, I can't recommend it enough. I don't know why it took me so long to read this book. I've read many, many, many books on heartbreak and a broken heart. I've reviewed many of them on my channel. So pick up this book by Michelle Davella. It's a memoir, and like I said, it's poetry, it's lyrical. Um, so I really enjoyed it. I think you will too. I think you'll find it helpful and healing. The Bright Side of a Broken Heart.